Now, this is where you personally are at right now. And that's interesting because I had Sagittarius have the same card in the past position. And I think it really works. It's very logical that you'd have the Hanged Man right now. Because for usually the zodiac season before our birthday, and this reading is still in Sagittarius, we do stop and reflect on the previous year we've had, because you're just about to go into your birthday season, which signals your astrological new year. That's a bit wavy. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. So you are currently taking a new look at things. You're reflecting. And that's a healthy thing to do. Reflecting on your love life over the last 12 months. Is it working for you? Is it what you want? Do you need to implement some new strategies, some new ideas? Because you're going to be full steam by the end of December, right in your birthday month. So we will see what's led to this reflection in the past. And we've got the Justice card, the card of Libra, the card of equity, justice, equality, truth. And it is a little dispassionate, okay? So I think there have been issues that you've had to put your emotions aside and actually look at with a really level head and decide whether the situation is working for you as well as your partner. If you're not partnered, I think it's just you really looking for your own truth with regards to relationships. You know, what is it you need? What works for you? What's fair for everybody? The Justice being the card of Libra. Libra is also a very romantic sign. It doesn't show in the Justice card particularly, but they are, and they want people coupled. Okay, they like having the equality, and you see the scales here. Librans can get a little bit antsy if there isn't a couple situation. You know, things aren't symmetrical, if they're not bonded, if there isn't the yin and the yang, if you like, and the intellect and the emotion. That's kind of where it's drawing from, I think. So there has been a real time of trying to not get carried away with the warm fuzzies, and Capricorn's a very, very practical sign. So I think that'd be quite easy for you to do. Take the emotion out of it at the moment. Look at it with fresh eyes. Look at your relationship, look at your attitude towards your relationship, and if you're not dating anyone, look at what you might like to do to change that. Well, if you're happy with that, it's no problem. But generally speaking, if people are happy not being in a relationship, they're not looking at a love reading. So I would think that you are looking to have a relationship or start dating or improve the relationship you're in. And justice has been quite a big feature for you in the past. So perhaps you felt that things weren't just and fair and equal in your relationship. Well, either you've worked through those issues or they're still in the background and you're reflecting on them. So we'll see where you are at this present time with regards to your relationship, see where it is. And another card of reflection, the Hermit, the card of Virgo, a fellow earth sign. This is very, very reflective. I think you've got some issues there that you really have to address. And you're doing the work. Like Hanged Man and the Hermit. The Hermit is looking at this Justice card. So I'm quite sure that there are issues still that you need to determine how that's going to play out. And you will find your inner voice with the Hermit and his lamp. but there's still some work to do. And I'm hoping the future card will show that there is progress there for you to go forward into your glory days, if you like, of your birthday season. So we'll have a look. We have the Tower. Now, this is a pretty heavy reading, actually, for a love reading. Now, in a love reading, a lot of people say the Tower is, a breakup of some kind. I don't necessarily think that's correct. It can be, certainly. I think you really have to make sure that you're getting what you deserve. And you're still in the process of that. This is really all about internal work. It's not so much about the partner or a person coming in. I don't even see a person coming in. We might see that here. But this Tower card, I believe it means that when you have the Hanged Man currently, that's you personally, not even necessarily about relationships, it's just the phase you're in a reflective phase. And then with regards to your relationship, you are reflecting, searching for that inner answer, taking some time out. You're going to find that answer, and it is going to create some quite radical changes. Breakup, possibly, or you and your partner are going to have to get together and hash it out, because there are definitely some issues with the Justice card there that need to be addressed with regards to who's doing what. Capricorn is a very financially savvy and focused sign, and they do tend to put a lot of their time and energy and love into their career. This could be a work-life balance situation. Maybe your partner has been feeling that they're not getting enough of you, your physical and emotional presence, and you come to a decision, I would say, around before we come into Christmas with the Tower. There's going to be a big change, and we often find that in our birthday season. We've been working through situations all through the year and maybe longer. And then we get to our birthday season and suddenly, we're in our own element, we're in our own power, and we have the confidence and the ability to say, no, it's not working. So something is clearly, you're going to discover something is clearly not working. And whether that's changes you have to make on an internal level, or you have to involve your partner with that, but they are coming. And hopefully you'll be able to clear the rubble before the holiday season comes along, because that would be really nice to have it sorted by then. And, we don't live in an ideal world. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But you're certainly doing the work, certainly doing what you need to do to find the answers and make those decisions that are coming. You can probably feel it coming. So don't spend too much time on this. If you already know the answer, you might actually be thinking about how you can do this fairly, so that your needs are met and your partner's needs are met. Now, the last card here that we'll look at is the underlying influences. So this is situations, people, events that are going on around you that are impacting on this situation. Let's see if that gives us any clarity. Judgment and justice. So the Judgment is often also an aha moment. So it goes very well with the Justice and the Tower there. The Hanged Man and the Hermit are leading to this aha moment. But because this is in the underlying influences, it could be that somebody from your past is coming back. Now, with just the 16th of November, Venus will come out of retrograde, but it will just stop still for a little while. So there could be someone in the background from your past, or issues from your past. Maybe not necessarily a person, but issues from your past these justice issues, perhaps even legal issues that are creating this situation, because you're not able to move forward at the moment. You will be, and it will be quite dramatic. We'll make big changes. Now, Judgment also has a lot of angels in here, you see, a lot of angels. And the cards with a lot of angels, or even just one angel, angelic cards often talk about divine timing. So things do seem to be on hold, okay, while you're going through this period of reflection. But the divine is working in the background. So potentially you've got someone coming back that's going to impact, but I think it's more like issues. Issues around your romantic life have yet to be addressed. And you're doing that with the Hanged Man. But it is going to create a tower moment. And it needs to happen, because otherwise it's very stagnant. Okay, if you want to move forward, either with the current relationship, or you want to move forward on your own and possibly with somebody else from the past. But as I say, I tend to think this is more about these justice issues. They're causing problems. They're not letting you move forward. And you need to sort that out. And it's coming. I'm quite sure you can feel it in your bones. It's just, I think you're working out how to do it, how to try and make it work with your partner. You know, scrap everything you've done and make a fresh start with the tower, or go it alone. Either way, you know, it's your call. You know the situation, and you know how this relates to your own circumstances. So I've pulled a Oracle of Visions card by Sarah Marchetti as a guidance card in this situation. And we have the Nurture card. Okay. It's got a child in there. Excuse me. I'm wondering if there may in fact be issues with child support. There are children in this card as well. Issues in the past with regards to previous partner, children, family issues. This also talks about nurturing and holding on, but being aware when you have to let go. Okay, we can't hold our children like that forever. So whether it's a literal child or the relationship or your feelings about the relationship, you know, we can't wrap everybody up in cotton wool. There comes a point when you have to let that person or relationship go out on their own and accept the consequences come what may. You can't keep holding on to this. You're holding something inside with the Hanged Man and the Hermit. This card is saying, hold on while it's healthy. If it starts to become unhealthy, it's time to let go and see what happens. Now, Capricorn is a sign who likes to be in control. And I think you need to take control, otherwise it's going to happen for you anyway. Okay. With this Judgment, the last Judgment card, if you don't make the decisions, they're going to be made for you, either through circumstance or your partner or perhaps family. I do get that a bit now with this mother and child card. If there are issues, particularly legal ones or financial ones, about children or family or exes, they need to be dealt with. And it's better for you to take the reins rather than somebody else pull the rug out from under you. And perhaps that's what all this Hermit and Hanged Man situation is. You know, you're not sure how to progress. Get some advice if you're not sure. Talk to a lawyer or a counsellor. Find out what your obligations and rights are, and move forward with it, because it can't go on. I feel a lot of stagnation if you don't make the decision yourself and take control and be in your own power, and you're going to be in the right month to do that. Now, I've drawn, to close out the reason, a Crystal Angels Oracle card from Drawing Virtue, and we have Amethyst, which is a lovely, lovely crystal, and it says, revealing your true self. As you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel loved for who you truly are. You are keeping very much to yourself at the moment. So perhaps a little piece of amethyst. I'm just trying to find. Yeah, there's a little chevron amethyst. Okay. Perhaps getting hold of one of these if you don't already have one, and keeping that close to you. You can see the little chevron in there. It's not very clear. Then you will start to reveal yourself and what you need. You seem very, very closed in right now. Perhaps necessarily so, to get your head around it. You do like to do things the right way, follow procedure, and be in control. But you do also have to accept that sometimes things get taken out of your control, and you've got to let it go. Okay, you can't hold on to these things forever, because then it becomes toxic. So do the work, and then, yeah, your tower moment is on the horizon. But if you're prepared for it, it will actually be a good thing, and it will clear the air. You see here the lightning coming in. Now, I don't know if you've been out in lightning storms or thunderstorms, but the air is really clear afterwards. You know, I'm not talking visually. I'm talking, you breathe in that after stormy air, and it just feels so fresh, so good, so energizing and pure. So the tower isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it is a necessary thing. So don't stay too long in this reflective phase. Make a plan and then move forwards with that plan to the betterment of you, your situation, your relationship. It really is talking about what's best for you rather than what's best for your partner here, I think. So you might just have to put yourself first. You know, we have to do that a lot of the time. Otherwise, relationships don't work anyway. If we are not revealing our true self, then the relationship is not going to be the relationship that we need. It's going to be the person that we're pretending to be. So I hope that's helped you. It was quite a heavy reading for a love reading, but we often need these situations to just thrash everything out, clear the air, and then we can move forward.